they have to spill the water, take the fish, cook it. So one shot, they have food and water. And they're saying that the sardines are very healthy, good for the bones. No, plan number 3, plan number 4, everything fails. What's plan number 4? Number 5? Plan number 5 was...
Throw the
he says, okay, I can't control that. They keep multiplying. The statistic department in Egypt comes with information saying they're multiplying. They're millions. Okay, I'm going to talk with the midwives. I'm going to make sure that they kill the children that are on delivery. So Paro is talking with Shifra and Pu'ah. Who is Shifra and Pu'ah? Yocheved and Miriam. Yocheved, her husband's name was Amram. Yocheved is the father of Moshe, Navi, Moses. And his sister, she was the firstborn. She is, so you have Yocheved and Amram. After that, Miriam, Aharon, Moshe. Moshe is the youngest. She's very little. She's maybe first grade age, around 5 years old, and she's helping her mother. Give me this tool, give me that tool. Put this over the blood, clean up here, clean up there. Doing a great mitzvah. Moshe is calling them and says, listen, you are in charge. And, not Moshe, I'm sorry, Paro. And with a great chutzpah, he's telling them, Vayomer beyaldechen. He says, when you deliver the baby, you're helping them to give birth. Veraitem alav, then you check it out. If it's a boy or it's a girl. If it's a boy, you kill. If it's a girl, you keep her alive, let her live. How you kill them? Suffocate them. When you push, when you taking it out, just hold it from the neck, and it will die. You don't understand this is an accident. And when I'm reading this midrash and the instructions he gave them, I was always wondering, what do you think would the people say? After a few deliveries, people will notice that this lady is killing boys, killing babies. Who's going to hire them again? What's going on here? I guess Pharaoh didn't think about it, but obviously Shifra and Puah, Yocheved and Miriam didn't cooperate. Not only that they didn't cooperate and let the children live, the Torah testified that they did something extra. What did they do? From that day that they got instructions from the king of Egypt, Pharaoh, to kill the babies, they did an extra effort to make sure the baby will survive. And the mother is in a good health. As it says, "Vatehayena et ha'yeladim." They made sure the baby is in a perfect condition. Again, the king's officers comes with reports, nothing works. He didn't hear about death of this baby or that baby. So who is in calling? Yocheved and Miriam, Shifra and Puah. And he told them, why are you doing this? ויאמר להם, מדוע עשיתם הדבר הזה? ותחיינה את הילדים. How could you do something like that? I give you strict orders. Sorry. How to handle this situation, and I hear that you don't follow my directions. And they respond with, there is no comparison between the Egyptian women to the Jewish women, to the Hebrew. The Egyptians, when we go, they deliver. We help them. Sometimes it takes hours. Sometimes it takes a whole day. But we get a call to help with deliver one of the Jews. By the time we get there, she already delivered. There's nothing we can do. After doing that and saying that, Hashem say in the Torah that He gave them special beracha. What a special prize Hashem gave them? To whom? To women. Yocheved and a little child. 5 years old, she already got rewarded. What she gave them? What Hashem gave them? Bate kehuna vayhi. You can see 1:21. Vayas lahem batim. Hashem gave them. If you want to translate it, literally we say Hashem gave them houses. He didn't give them literally houses. Farshim says Hashem gave them houses of kehuna, leviya and malchut, priesthood, leviim, and kingdomship. Aharon, Kohen. Moshe, Levi. And Miriam, kings. Miriam, she got married with Kalev ben Yefuneh from the tribe of Yehudah. And the line of King David goes all the way to her. Hashem says, you are my commando. You are following me. You didn't, it was Pharaoh's and Hashem. Pharaoh's Hashem. You choose Hashem, I'm with you. You pass the test. Forever, all Kohanim, Leviim comes from the land of Moshe and Aaron. And kings, only Miriam. Can you imagine that? Blessing forever. Not $1 million one time. You buy a house, $1.5 million, you pay mortgage for the other half, $500,000. Forever blessing. For what? Following Hashem and doing extra. With Mesirut Nefesh. The great dedication. The high risk. Now, the next plan. The magicians of Pharaoh came to him and says, whoever is going to born tomorrow is going to be the next leader of the Jews. He made a horrible decree. You won't even believe it. 1:22. Vayitzav Para'o lechol amo lemor. Now he gave an order to his entire nation. Not only the Jews, the non-Jews, the Egyptians. כל הבן הילוד היאורה תשליכוהו וכל הבת תחיון. He's saying, everybody, all boys are born tomorrow to the Nile. Hundreds and thousands of Egyptians had to take the baby and throw it to the Nile. Do you think they did it? They did it. The Egyptians, you know why? Because they treated Pharaoh as God. And for them, it was a mitzvah to do. Sacrificing for their own God. He held himself as God. As the prophet says, I created myself, he says about himself, and Li Ori, the Nile belongs to me. They used to bow to the Nile. And V'ani Asitini, and I created myself. He was the greatest magician ever that lives in Egypt. People get scared of him. He was the size of Coca-Cola bottle with a cigarette. That's it. It was shorter than a midget. Can you say midget? Little people, right? It's not appropriate. Sorry.
Politically correct.
Sorry. And they're going to say, oop. And Egyptian throwing their own children to the Nile. How sick you can how sick this is so sick. Taking a baby and drown them and thinking you're doing a mitzvah. You can play with people's head. Now there's only Yocheved, her husband Amram, Aharon, and Miriam. Where about Moshe? Didn't born yet. What happened? Amram and Yocheved went separated ways. He divorced Yocheved. Amram, the greatest tzaddik of that generation. You know, the Talmud says 4 people in the Jewish history never seen. without the decree that the snake brought in the situation we were Adam and Eve, that death come to the world, it's called Be'etio Shel Nachash, they would live forever. Because they were at that level, they never sinned. Who are these four people? Binyamin is number one. Binyamin Tzedek, one of the 12 tribes, sons of Yaakov. Number two, Amram, the father of Moshe and Aaron. Number three is Yishai, the father of King David. And number four, Kilav, the son of David. David is sandwich. His father and his son. That's it. Ever and ever. So we're talking about Amram. Never seen such a great tzaddik. Why he let his wife go? He says, if we bring the children, it's a bad decree, they're going to kill him. A little child approached her father, telling her, Abba, your decree is greater and worse than Pharaoh. So why are you saying that, my little child? He says, Abba, who's saying that? Yocheved, daughter, Miriam. Miriam, 5 years old, going to her father and telling him, your decree is greater and worse. Why? Because she said, Pharaoh made a decree against the boys. You made a decree against boys and girls. People get not married, and we have no children at all. Nothing. Zero. Because when everybody saw what Amram did, the great tzaddik, they followed. They did the same thing. They divorced their wives. If the tzaddik did that, he knows what he's doing. For a good reason. Amram look at his child and says, my dear daughter, you are absolutely right. He went back home and remarry his wife. And who came from that marriage again? Moshe. Everybody, by the way, did the same thing. So it was a delay of a few months when Amram made this decision. But Amram was big enough, great enough to admit and say to this child, you're right, 5 years old. There's a saying, Kabel et ha'emet mimi she'amara. If you are an honest person, accept the truth from whoever said that. It can be a Jew, a non-Jew, a child, it doesn't matter who. A wicked person, if he tell you something straight, when it is truth, it's truth, think about it and see how you can change it. Don't say, I'm not listening to little child. It doesn't matter how old the why they give you a rebuke. Tochaha. If it's true, Hashem wants you to hear it. You have to follow. Yeah. I think time is really short. So, a baby born, we're about to finish. It didn't even started the introduction to the beginning, what I wanted to say. But a baby born, and his name was, how did they name Moshe? Who knows? They named Moshe first name. It says in the Torah that he had a boy for 3 months. He was in the night here and there. They put him in, they cover him. They want to make sure that nobody will catch him. Till Batya, the daughter of Paro, came and saved him, right? Okay. And she gave him a name. Who named Moshe? Batya, the daughter of Pharaoh. That day she wants to do deep in it, to become Jew. And she's one of the 10 people that walked to Gan Eden with her body. One of 10 that never buried. Woman called Batya, the daughter of Pharaoh. Okay, before she took him out of the Nile, he's already 3 months old. Obviously, the parents gave him a name for that, right? Especially in the Brit time. You know that Moshe Rabbeinu born circumcised. What do you do when someone is already circumcised? You do the ceremony and you take a little bit blood out of it. So they gave him the name Tuvia. Tov Hashem. Tuvia, that's the first name. Hold on. The parents gave him the name Tuvia. good of God.